So the Bee Movie was kind of a weird thing. It came out a while ago, everybody saw it, and then shortly forgot about it completely. And then it got revived again as a big meme that still kind of lingers around a bit. But what about the Bee Movie? Why was it shown at the Cannes Film Festival in France? And why did Jerry Seinfeld show up in a bee costume and fly in on a zip line? Yes, he actually did that. Why does a bee try to get with a human woman? Why is the film actually kind of funny? And why is this scene in a kid's movie?
How about a suicide pact?
How do we do it?
These are questions which I have resolved to answer. In this very video, we're gonna take a quick look back at the Bee Movie and see if it is overlooked. Maybe even a hidden gem, perhaps. Anyway, here's a video on why Jerry Seinfeld's Bee Movie is a subversive masterpiece. Okay, so the Bee Movie is about this bee named Barry B. Benson, who lives in a beehive with his bee parents and drives a bee car to his bee high school graduation. And this is when he finds out that bees are placed in one job of their choice to work for the rest of their lives, basically until their death.
Choose carefully, because you'll stay in the job that you pick for the rest of your life.
The same job for the rest of your life? So you'll just work us to death?
We'll sure try.
Which is an absolutely based red pill comparison to real life. Here, you can truly see the philosophical and deeply profound metaphors and analogy to real-life American industrial complexes. See, what most people don't realize about the Bee Movie is that it's a masterfully constructed metaphor for capitalism, hidden beneath its honeycombed facade. So upon finding out the horrific truth of his society, Barry B. Benson decides to leave the hive for the very first time, and nearly dies a number of times, symbolically demonstrating the physical, spiritual, and psychological toll that living in modern consumerist society has on a person. Barry B. Benson is then rescued from an angry Joe Swanson from Family Guy.
No, I'm allergic to them. This thing could kill me.
By this white woman, who I personally believe is the physical embodiment of President Harry Truman at the latter half of World War II. The white woman here makes the hard call by saving Barry B. Benson, similar to how President Truman made the ultimate decision, the hard but ultimately heroic and necessary action, to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end the war in the Pacific. The white woman did not have to save Barry B. Benson, just like Truman did not have to bomb Japan, but ultimately the sacrifice has major ramifications in the future. Barry B. Benson decides to thank the white woman for saving his life from angry Joe Swanson, and the two form a deep, emotional, and romantical bond that lasts for the duration of the movie. Barry B. Benson fantasizes about having an intimate relationship with the white woman in one of the best dream sequences in all of film. And in this dream sequence, we are provided with the first core theme of the movie: psychosis and appearance versus reality. Barry B. Benson is one of the best examples of an unreliable narrator that I have seen in a modern film. And this scene truly blew me away the first time I saw the Bee Movie. Fast forward to further in the movie, we can see that Barry B. Benson begins to uncover the conspiracy behind Big Honey, including the enslavement of bees to fund this endless cycle of hard labor. Barry B. Benson tracks down the bee work camps, another reference to historical events, specifically the fuck. Oh my god, I can't even say it. Specifically the gulags of the Soviet Union. So we see here too that not only is the Bee Movie actively criticizing capitalism, but it is also an attack on its polar opposite, communism. Here is where the political complexities form in regard to the Bee Movie's criticisms of society as a whole. In a previous scene, we see Barry B. Benson interact with a mosquito.
You must meet a lot of girls.
Mosquito girls try to trade up. Get with a moth, dragonfly. Mosquito girl don't want no mosquito.
What many people miss about this scene is it's actually an allegory for interactions between the races. Deeper under the surface, you begin to see a truly complex commentary on the state of racial bonds between minority populations in the United States and the white man. Back to the main plotline, Barry B. Benson decides to sue the human race in civil court, which begins our final theme of the film. A masterful critique of the American legal system, one of Barry B. Benson's central antagonists antagonistic forces in the lawsuit is this man, who is meant to represent Winston Churchill and his radical right-wing political ideologies. Then we come around again to the racial allegories with this poignant and powerful line given by Jerry Seinfeld.
Living out our lives as honey slaves to the white man!
Again, Seinfeld flexes his finesse when it comes to rhetoric and understanding the social complexities of race, brotherhood, the criminal justice system, inequality, bestiality, and so forth. Barry B. Benson does eventually win the court case, but not before his best friend and legal partner, Adam Flang, charges Winston Churchill, stinging and crippling the fat man. This results in a near-death experience for Adam, who is hospitalized for his trauma. I think Adam is representative of Dr. Robert Oppenheimer, a man plagued by his responsibility to inflict harm on other people, ultimately paying the price. This mirrors the earlier comparison to President Truman and the bombings of Japan, so you can truly witness the deliberate themes at play here in the film. Truly, well done, Jerry Seinfeld, well done. Toward the end of the film, Barry B. Benson is forced to fly a plane carrying precious materials to New York City, an obvious reference to the events of September 11th. I think that Jerry Seinfeld sought to create a movie, a film about sexual desire and intimacy between races, between species of insect and human. I think it is a very politically driven film for the elites, but also for the working man of America. It is a film that very much establishes traditional homestyle values while addressing the current deviance from the Bible and from household norms that America was founded on. But then again, it criticizes both ends of the political spectrum, with the liberal perspective and political ideology being demonstrably criticized over and over again throughout the film. But so too is Jerry Seinfeld repeatedly critical of capitalism. He repeatedly targets the legal system and the white man's point of view, hard labor as a result of the modern day capitalist society. But overall, I think that this film is an easy 10 out of 10. A masterpiece in political fiction. I think that this film should be preserved, perhaps in a vault in case of imminent nuclear disaster, warfare, natural disaster, what have you, as to show future generations that this is the height of filmmaking as an art form and one of our best as a society and as a people, as a species.